We're doing our Family Day. Each year the Recognition Committee, which does a fabulous job for our department, gives us the opportunity to recognize the individuals that have achieved special situations throughout the year for us: medical calls, lifesaver, crew of the year. Each captain or chief will make a recommendation to the Recognition Committee. The Recognition Committee meets once a month, and they go through all the monthly submittals, and then they review them as peer reviewed by their peers. At the end of that, they get a composite score, and they come up with a crew of the year. And probably the most important thing is just the opportunity to visit with our families and share a lot of memories and a lot of stories, and have the opportunity just to relax from our stressful jobs and spend some time with family and friends.
What can people expect when they get here?
Good time. Expect good food. The guys, we got crawfish today. We're doing burgers and hot dogs for the kids, and just an opportunity to see the best fire department at their best. We have our smokehouse, which is available to, again, all schools and organizations that would like to schedule it. It gives us an opportunity to teach our children in our community the stop, drop, and roll. It has smoke inside of it, shows them in real time how smoke rises to the top of a building or their bedroom, and shows them that they stay low and crawl, that they can stay in a cleaner environment. And that's the opportunity for us to teach. And what we found is, if we can get to the children and give them the opportunity to learn stop, drop, and roll, they're going to bring it home to mom, to dad, to grandparents.
At this point, we'll do a short memorial service for our deceased firefighters. Brothers, when you weep for me, remember that it was meant to be. Lay me down, and when you leave, remember, I'll be at your sleeve. In every dark and choking hall, I'll be there as you slowly crawl. On every roof in driving snow, I'll hold your coat, and you will know. The house from which I now respond is overstaffed with heroes gone. Men who answered one last bell, did the job, and did it well. As firefighters, we understand that death's card dealt in our hand. A card we hope would never play, but one we hold there anyway. That card is something we ignore as we crawl across a weakened floor. For we know that we're the only prayer for anyone that might be there. So remember, as you wipe your tears, the joy I knew throughout the years. As I did the job I love to do, I pray that thoughts will see you through. Amen.
But these awards are an opportunity to recognize the crews that work so hard each and every day. And it's hard to recognize firefighters. They don't take that well. That's a great thing about them. They're here to preserve and protect, and they do it without looking for rewards and medals and certificates. They do it out of the heart that they have for the service of the people they serve. But it is our opportunity today as a department to recognize the great job that they do each and every day. So I'm going to turn it back over to Kurt. He'll read. We'll have medical saves, life saves, fire stops, and we'll have the opportunity to recognize our crews today.
On 1/20/2015 on Menlo Drive, firefighters C.E. LeBrain, R.A. Rose, A.M. Cameron, and D. Brown performed CPR and administered life-saving shock with the AED. Firefighters rode in the ambulance to assist the paramedics en route to the hospital, and the patient was saved. That's Engine 10 B shift. On 1/28/2015 on Castlecurd, Engine 10 A shift, firefighters J.M. Stewart, T.D. Harriman, L. Courtney, and B. Hood While working with a 100-year-old woman with a GI bleed, the patient went into cardiac arrest. The crew performed life-saving CPR en route to the hospital. On 3/30/2015 on North Flannery Road, engine 18 A shift performed life-saving rescue breathing on a male patient who had overdosed on heroin to save the patient's life. Those firefighters are S.R. Travis, S.M. Gilbert, S.M. Stewart, J.S. Johnson, and C.M. Como. On 3/20/2015 on North 38th Street, engine 2 C shift, firefighters R.S. Couchot, T.C. Parker, J.M. Mizell, and D. Bergeron performed life-saving CPR on a male patient, helping to save his life. On 3/25/2015 on Sheldon Street, engine 4 C shift, firefighters E. Gyro, T.M. Rogelio, and J.A. Morgan performed life-saving CPR on a male patient, also saving his life. Didn't see anyone? On 4/5/15 on Curfew Street, engine 16 A shift, firefighters C. Johnson, T.M. Brown, M.A. Harlow, and M.A. Hartford performed life-saving CPR and assisted EMS to saving the patient's life. On 4/8/15 on Oak Grove, engine 18 A shift, firefighters O.C. Tynes, M.W. Munn, D.D. Kirkland, and J.S. Johnson performed CPR, helping save the patient's life. In 4/11/2015 on Avenue F, engine 16 C shift, firefighters S.C. Alexander, D. Allen, A.E. Lee, and D.A. Green performed life-saving first aid and rescue breathing on a male patient with multiple gunshot wounds, helping to save his life. Engine 2 C shift, firefighters S.C. Pate, R.S. Couchot, N.R. Tynes, J.N. Mizell, T.C. Parker performed rescue breathing and CPR on a 64-year-old female patient, helping to save her life. On 4/17/2015 on Monterey Boulevard, engine 5 A shift, firefighters L.S. Wells, S.M. Gilbert, R. Castile, and C.J. Kimball performed life-saving rescue breathing on a 31-year-old male patient who had overdosed on heroin, helping to save his life. On 5/7/2015 on Pocasset, engine 3 A shift, firefighters P.H. Lawless, A.C. Smith, Z. Bushnell, C. Stanzel performed life-saving first aid and rescue breathing on a male patient who had been stabbed in the chest, helping to save his life. On 5/24/2015 on Florida Boulevard, engine 18 B shift, firefighters BP Averett, JK O'Neillian, C. Ball, and JW Burton performed life-saving CPR on a nursing home patient, helping to save their life. On 6/5/2015 on Jackson Street, Engine 6 C shift, firefighters CL Theory, DW Reedinger, CN Jenkins, and Isaac Hunter performed CPR on a male patient and assisted EMS en route to the hospital, helping to save that patient's life. On 6/8/2015 on Scenic Highway, Engine 16 A shift, firefighters C. Johnson, M.A. Harlow, M. Hartford, and T. Brown performed CPR en route to the hospital with EMS, helping to save the patient's life. On 7/6/2015 on Airline Highway, Engine 8 C shift, firefighters J.R. LeBlanc, A. Stafford, J.W. Wolf, and D. Bergeron performed life-saving rescue breathing on a male patient who had overdosed on heroin, saving his life. On 7/31/2015 on Coursey Boulevard, Engine 19 C shift, firefighters J.R. D'Antoni, S.J. Sanchez, and D.L. Abshire returned to meet EMS en route to perform CPR and drive the ambulance and assisted EMS with a female patient who coded on the way to the hospital in the ambulance, saving her life. On 8/3/2015 on Florida Boulevard, Engine 18 A shift, firefighters S.R. Travis, S.M. Gilbert, D.D. Kirkland, C.M. Como, J.S. Johnson performed life-saving CPR on a patient and assisted a Acadian ambulance to the hospital, helping to save the patient's life. I got rid of the jacket, man. I like the jacket. Huh? On 8/3/2015 on Howell Street, Engine 4 A shift, firefighters T.D. Wolf, T.H. Wallace, C.O. O'Brien, K.P. Cody performed CPR and delivered life-saving shots to a male patient found in his backyard by his wife. The wife had attempted CPR before calling 911 until firefighters arrived, saving the patient's life. On 8/9/2015 on North Acadian West, Engine 1 C shift, firefighters T.W. Pate, S.J. Smith, T.J. Jackson, and J. Mapes performed life-saving CPR on a 43-year-old male patient, saving his life. On 8/9/2015 on Florida Boulevard, Aerial 4 A shift, firefighters C.R. Rome, J.W. Fernandez, that's Chico in case y'all didn't know that, A. Stafford, and J.W. Wolf performed life-saving CPR on a female patient who overdosed on heroin in the McDonald's restaurant. On 8/10/2015 in Lee Drive, Engine 10 A shift, firefighters L.D. Newman, T.D. Harriman, C.S. Lonson, and Patrick Gordon Jr. performed life-saving CPR on a patient and assisted EMS to the hospital, helping save the patient's life. On 8/23/2015 on North Foster, Engine 4 A shift, firefighters J.S. Lewis, C.O. O'Brien, Jeremiah Johnson, and Kenneth Cody performed CPR and administered life-saving shots with the AED to help save a patient's life. On 9/23/2015 on South Foster Drive, Engine 7 C shift, firefighters RMT Set, Double L King, JL Harris, and KW Beard performed life-saving CPR and administered shocks to a patient who suffered from cardiac arrest while running on a treadmill, helping to save the patient's life. On 10/4/2015, personnel from Engine 1, Engine 2, and Engine 6A shift, firefighters Lemming, firefighter Erie, and firefighter Watts performed rescue breathing on 2 adult victims and 1 child victim after they were pulled unconscious from an apartment fire, helping to save this patient's life. And you'll hear a little more about this call later on in the program. On 12/4/2015 on Sherwood Forest Boulevard, Engine 8 C shift, firefighter Jay Wolf performed life-saving Heimlich maneuver on a 2-year-old child who had swallowed a sucker. This happened on the way back to the station from running an errand. When a frantic woman stopped and got out of her car, he got out from behind her and investigated. He found the 2-year-old choking, performed the Heimlich maneuver, saving the child's life. In 19 B shift, firefighters M. Allen, Jared Gayran, Caesar Lewis Sr., and W.A. Niet performed rescue breathing on an 8-year-old child who had swallowed a hard piece of candy that had lodged in her throat past the vocal cord. Just enough oxygen to keep her alive. They kept her with just enough oxygen to keep her alive until EMS could get there and help dislodge the candy. The child regained consciousness and lived. On 12/25/2015 on Sunset Hill, Engine 4 A shift, firefighters D.C. Baker, Jeremiah Johnson, and Kenneth Cody performed CPR on a female patient en route to the hospital with EMS, helping to save the patient's life. On 12/29/2015 on Clayton Court, Engine 4 C shift, firefighters K. Burrell, T.M. Rogelio, J.W. Dunaway, and T.L. Dunn performed CPR and administered life-saving shocks with the AED to save the life of an elderly female patient. And on 12/31/2015 on Grinnell Springs Road, Engine 6 A shift, firefighters J.A. Williams, M.E. Wilkinson, and J.P. Frost performed CPR en route to the hospital with EMS to help save a male patient's life. We had one of our own that was jogging down the road exercising, one of our own firefighters. And firefighter Lawrence McCurchin, Jared Gayran, and Kessler Fly made it to the call. He had had a heart attack. Showing up on a scene to one of your own is one of the hardest things a firefighter could ever do. But they did not hesitate. They didn't flinch. They went directly to performing CPR, and those gentlemen saved the life of one of our own brothers, and they deserve a round of applause too. That concludes our Medical Lifesaver Award presentations. This year we have one unit commendation from 2015. The call came in on December 13th on Charles Street. Firefighters D.L. Brown, K.D. Brady, W.C. Gibb, D.R. Gill, M.D. Thomas, and B.R. Zachary. And the way this call happened, a woman began beating on the station door, trying to notify the firefighters that 2 men had just been electrocuted next door while pressure washing the building. The wine was hanging out of the elevated bucket as the men maneuvered the bucket. The wine hit the overhead electrical wires, electrocuting both men. Upon arrival, the electricity still continued to eat at the victims. Firefighters worked together to pull them into safety, secure the scene, and perform first aid on the victims until EMS arrived, saving their lives. And that was the guys from Station 12 on B shift, so there's several trucks involved. That's why it's a unit commendation. Yeah, they're at work today. They're on duty. And a lot of the guys that aren't here are probably on duty also. So this year we had, in 2015, we want to recognize 2 regular life saves. The first one happened on 221 on Rosenwall Road. It was engine 16 C shift. Firefighter T.J. Jackson, D. Allen, and A. Tony arrived at an apartment fire at 8:13 p.m. to find heavy smoke coming from the apartment. The firefighters made forcible entry into the apartment and found an unconscious victim in the bedroom. They got the victim out of the apartment and placed him on oxygen, saving his life. The next one happened on 10/4/2015 on North 23rd Street. This was the one I told you to hear a little more about, the guys that came up and got a medical life-saving award. This regular life save recognized the gentlemen, or firefighters I should say, that actually pulled the victims out of the home. It happened on North 23rd, as I said. It was just 22 after midnight. Fire trucks arrived on scene to a working apartment fire with a possible trapped victim. Firefighters R.A. Dawson, D.T. Landry, S.C. Gross, R.N. Oakwind, A.C. Chandler, H.B. Evans, and P.L. Gordon searched the apartment in heavy smoke and located 2 adult victims and 1 child. All the patients were unconscious. They had to be taken from the home, which they got them out. They performed rescue breathing, and all 3 survived after a hospital stay. At this time, we're going to announce our 2015 Crew of the Year. Crew of the Year is just a conglomeration of things. A lot of the life saves, the things you heard, the recognition committee, they get together and they go over a lot of these performance awards that are given out. And there's a point system they use that comes up and determines what crew will receive the Crew of the Year award. This year's Crew of the Year, in 2015, is Engine 4 A shift. It's firefighters Thad Wolf, James Schuyler Lewis, Charles Otis O'Brien, Jeremiah Johnson, and Kenneth Cody. 2015 Engine 4 A shift Crew of the Year. That concludes our awards for the firefighters. There's one more event that I want to read off that the chief wanted to recognize. We had some civilians that came today, and we want to be real careful when we say this. We're certainly proud of the job they did every day, but it's certainly a dangerous situation when there's a fire or an event like this occurring. It was heroic. It certainly was heroic what these gentlemen did to help save this lady. But we certainly don't want to preach to folks to run into burning buildings when they're not trained professionally. Everything worked out today, on this day, and we'll read it off to you and tell you what happened. But we're certainly proud of the heroism that these gentlemen showed, and we wanted to invite them to our Family Day today to be recognized. And what happened on April 4, 2016, A house fire occurred on Bartlett Street. A lady was trapped inside. The lady had limited mobility. She was in the bathroom. She was screaming for help. She was just hoping someone would hear her. The neighbors were outside. They were finishing some concrete. They noticed smoke coming from the house. They went over to make sure no one was inside, knowing that the elderly lady or elderly folks that lived there. Once they got closer, they could hear the lady screaming for help. They took a shovel and busted out the window of the bathroom where she was. 5 of them helped the 6th one into the window. Once inside, he made sure he was okay and began helping her out of the window to safety, where the other men were waiting to assist. The rescue was a success, thanks to the heroic effort that day of Delvin Boatner, Nathaniel Vessel, which Nathaniel's here with us today, Leo Smith Jr., and Ralph Bell. She was transported to a local hospital with minor injuries, but without these men's quick action, she certainly could have lost her life. So we wanted to recognize them today. Thank you. This time that ends our presentation of awards. We do have a few other things left on the
What award did you win?
We got Crew of the Year and 2 medical life saves.
Can you tell me about what you've done to win the award?
I guess just take pride in our job and just do what we're trained to do. That's about it.
How does it make you feel?
Pretty ecstatic and just excited and proud of my crew. Get to work with them.
It makes the department better. The morale, the guys, the opportunity to be with the other, relax, come back fresh, and see the opportunity to be thanked for what they do. And that's hard in the fire department because a lot of times firemen, it's hard. You'll see a lot of them don't show up even to get the awards today because they do it because they love it. It's an opportunity to serve. And we have a great department that follows that creed of, serve and protect.
Where can we go to find more information?
brgov.com, and in the fire department, you can find our fire department there. We have a website. You can call 354-1400, and we have a switchboard that will help you with your needs. You can schedule public ed events for your schools, your Boy Scouts, your church groups. We love to go out into the community and share our knowledge in fire prevention.